Tonight, the 725 gets extended, and St. Albans loses one of its busiest bus routes. If you thought the 724 was the most unreliable bus route in Hertfordshire, well, get prepared, because it's going be joined with its friend 725, which for some reason is now being extended to Heathrow. And the 301 is having timetable change, so it's not running at the same time as the 725. But back to the 725, having a second bus to Heathrow is helpful and all, but does it really still have to serve Maple Cross? Like, come on, it's a limited stop service. Why make the route longer than it needs to be, particularly as St. Albans doesn't get a coach service? I wonder why they got rid of the 712. Anyway, it's an interesting change, but I think it's dumb that it only goes between Heathrow and Watford on Sunday. I mean, the route always says St. Albans for Heathrow or Harlow, so wouldn't it make more sense to terminate it at St. Albans? Anyway, I hope they put luggage racks on the buses instead of punishing Hertfordshire passengers going to Heathrow even more. Next, do you know the 635? The weird bus that randomly serves Bricketwood purposely skips St. Albans and defeats the purpose of 602 going to Watford all in one route. Yes, that one, it's being split into two. The Hitchin to Hatfield section will now be Route 625 and the Hatfield to Watford section will stay as Route 635, but will no longer serve Bricketwood. Here's more news for you now. They have decided to shorten the Route 610 to between Hatfield and Luton. I mean, what is the point when you have the X10? Now, if you are subscribed to this channel, you would know that I had a rant a few days ago about how multiple routes are being extended to Hatfield. Well, let me break down what is happening, and it all starts in 2022. Once Metroline stopped operating the 84, and it was passed to Sullivan buses, the route only went as far as Potter's Bar, and the complaints were through the roof. Eventually the Barnet section was replaced by the 84B. That's until this year, where for some reason it's now getting extended to Hatfield, eye roll, and is being branded as 243. Also, for some dumb reason, the 242 is also being extended to Hatfield, like anyone wants to go to Waltham Cross anyway. Just joking, but seriously, all these routes have to go to Hatfield? Finally, are getting a new school route, no one really cares. Now, time for the earth-shattering news. The Albans Way is being withdrawn from service. Yes, the double-decker Route 601 is being withdrawn, and is being replaced with a 602, ? Well, the 602 service frequency will increase Mondays to Fridays and the route extended to Hatfield Business Park Mondays to Saturday. I mean, unless we do what London does, a bus every 10 minutes, I don't see how it can replace the 601, and the St. Albans to Boreham Wood section is being explored. So in other words, it's the least of their priorities. I've used the route many times and it's a shame it has to go. Oh well. Yes, this is another ugly robot voice, but I have been so busy this past 2 weeks with trips and lots of bits and bobs. I promise a normal bus/train journey upload next week. Thanks for watching.